Hi, I wonder how you're going out there today. So, today I wanted to have a quick chat about blame, actually, and thinking about blame and how to manage blame and where you can take it so you don't get stuck in it. When we get hurt, when someone does the wrong thing by us, our thoughts can revolve around blame. Who's at fault? This person did this to me. They're very bad in this kind of way, and I have strong feelings of dislike, or um, you know strong feelings of anger. I'm angry because they did this and it's their fault and they shouldn't have done it. And our thoughts can go round and round in this way and can be really difficult to resolve. What is important to remember is that we use our thoughts primarily to manage our feelings. So the old cognitive behavioral model said it right, that our thoughts and feelings are deeply interconnected. The old model used to say thoughts cause feelings, but there are cases where we have our feelings first and we don't actually know what we think. But by and large, we're using our thoughts to manage our feelings. So when you get into blame thoughts, the point I really want to make today is that you're actually trying to manage your own bad feelings, and that is your first point of working with yourself, is how badly you feel. And your system, your internal wiring system, thinks that if I just focus on blame thoughts, then I will feel better. And it sort of does work for a while, oddly. If we kind of in our mind say, oh, well, that person is bad, it has a momentary effect of making us feel better. But over the long term, I don't know what you've noticed, but if I stay in blame thoughts about how this person has done this and that, and X, Y, and Z, and hasn't done that, I actually, in the end, don't actually feel any better. I feel more stuck and still feel angry. So what do you do? Now, bear in mind in this video, I'm not saying that person didn't do anything or they weren't in the wrong. I'm not making any comments about the actual judgment of the actual situation. I'm talking about what you do to move forward in your life, because that's what you deserve. No matter what's happened to you, you get a fresh start every day to move forward in your life, free of what has happened to you. And look, you may say that's not possible to be free of what's happened to me, and I say fine. I'm not going to fight you on that. That's not the purpose of this video. It's more to point out, the real point I want to make is that staying in blame thinking will actually only give you momentary relief, and over the long term will continue to keep you stuck. So what do you do? The first thing you have to do is go back to your feelings on the inside of you, the feelings that belong to you. Yes, the hurt came in from the outside, but the hurt or the grievance or the pain now belongs on the inside of you. And first of all, you have to comfort yourself and find out exactly what that hurt is about. If it's a betrayal, what's been triggered by the betrayal? Is it thoughts of I'm not lovable? Is it thoughts that I am bad? Is it the thoughts that I did something wrong? So very often we deflect from our own fears of having done something wrong by putting it onto another person on the outside of us. So you need to ask yourself those questions. Am I secretly afraid that I did something wrong here? And then once you've discovered what the hurt is about, you can comfort yourself. And there's a variety of ways to try to comfort hurt feelings. Deep breathing, going for long walks and breathing into the pain. Even a simple hand on your chest, taking 10 deep breaths, sitting up in your chair, pressing your feet into the floor, breathing into the pain, comforting yourself like you would a small child. If your child came to you and said, I did something wrong and I feel really bad, what would you do for that child? You would hug them, you would love them, you would give them unconditional understanding and kindness and love and care. And this is what you can develop for yourself. And you can do it very simply by a hand on your thalamus here. Any other forms of comfort, preferably not drugs and alcohol. any other forms, I should say, of life affirming comfort. Long walks are very good to work through hurt feelings, identifying where the hurt feelings are in your body, breathing into that spot. I'll do another video on how to breathe into pain after this one. And then you just become very aware that you're thinking thoughts of blame. You name the thoughts. I'm blaming the person. This is me blaming because I'm trying to make myself feel better. I'm actually trying to make myself feel better. And you breathe deeply, naming the thoughts. Oh, I have thoughts of blame. I have feelings of hurt. Breathing, grounding yourself into the floor, breathing and breathing for as long as you can tolerate. It might only take 2 minutes, it might take 5 minutes. If you go for a long walk, you could breathe and name into this whole process for a long time. And then when you've done that for a sufficient time, you actually start to feel, well, hopefully, not always, but hopefully you feel some ease of the pain and also some burden of projecting out the blame into the world. Then you might take a real risk now, a huge risk, and challenge yourself to think about that person differently. It's a huge challenge. It's not always possible. Sometimes what's been done to us has crossed boundaries that we just can't seem to shift it. So I'm just inviting you to a bit of a challenge to see if you can think about that person differently. Not necessarily forgiveness, but release them from the blame projection and allow them to be at a distance and feel in the first instance neutral about them. Just neutral. Just look at them in your mind's eye from a distance and be neutral. And then as time goes on, perhaps if you felt ever so brave, and really honestly, it's such a brave thing to do, to see if you can extend kindness in your mind, not in real life, in your mind, kindness to that person. You could try that, extending kindness after you've been neutral for a while, breathing into the pain, naming the blaming thoughts, being neutral. And then after, as I say, being very brave and extending kindness. And then you could, like the Buddhists, after some time of being kind, extend loving kindness in your heart and in your mind towards the person. I'm not saying you have to engage with the person. You never have to talk to them again. You never have to say another word to them again. This is all just in your own heart and in your own mind to be free of the pain that you've been feeling. So see how you go with that. Identify the pain, the physical pain of the hurt that you feel. Breathe into that place. Name the blaming thoughts. Just name them. This is me blaming. I'm trying to feel better by blaming. Take some deep breaths. Go for a walk. Do something nurturing. You could do some art, do some creativity, do some dance. And then see if you can be neutral towards the person. And after a while, being neutral, see if you can extend kindness. And after a while, being kind, practice the Buddhist loving kindness meditation, where you hold them in your heart with warmth and gentleness. And in that way, you get free. And nothing will, how do I put this? You might think they don't deserve that. They don't deserve love and kindness from me, and they don't. You're absolutely right. For what they did, they don't. But you do. You deserve it. You don't deserve to live in the blame and the pain of that anymore. You deserve to live free and have love inside of you for life and be free for you. So we're not doing this for them. We're not letting them off the hook. Life will teach them their lessons. They will learn in their own way. You continuing to stay in pain and blame won't actually achieve that. It won't teach them their lesson. It won't achieve the outcome you're hoping it will achieve. But you being free of it, at least being neutral. Try being neutral and see how you go from there. So I wish you all the best with that. Let me know in the comments how you go. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.